In the top stories, no vaccination required for ferry commuters. Investigation underway into fire in St. Paul's, and Child Month 2021 officially launched. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Hey, man, I just can't believe that.
Yo, sweet boy, what you really crying for?
Why you see me crying, boy? What man crying? I just see her thinking about that girl. I think she cheating on me, you know.
You lie.
Boy, for real. A couple of weeks ago, right? She come telling me how I'm too sweet and that I just make she belly roll and I got her thighs rubbing. What is that?
No, man.
But yes. Look, she tell me, right, that we need some time apart. To be honest, I wasn't too concerned about that because you know how the girls and them, they're addicted to me sweetness. But then I see she the other day and the girl looking so good, looking so fresh and so lean.
Boy, you sure she addicted to you?
But yes. But wait. Look at her. Come, hide. Boy, come hide now. Oh, I can't believe, but is that what going on? Really? Why you got to say for yourself?
Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody, hey.
Use BioCare Lab Strong Ends products to supercharge your hair with deep lasting hydration from nature's most amazing moisturizers, raw moisturizing honey, and conditioning shea butter. These ingredients pull moisture from the hair to boost, strengthen, and restore the oldest and weakest parts of your hair, your ends, helping to keep them stronger. Wow, beautiful hair. Strong Ends. Dry, damaged, breaking hair and no hair growth? Strong ends? Whoa! I'm not cutting this hair for anything. Weak, thinning edges due to weaves and braids. Strong ends? Longer and free of split ends. Get supercharged from roots to end with BioCare Lab Strong Ends Honey and Shea Butter Infused Relaxer and Hair Growth Product. Available retail at CNC Superfoods on the Bay Road and wholesale at CNC Trading on the CAP Southville Industrial Park. Telephone 465-4081.
Look at you. No braces, all the internet you can handle. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is predictable, less painful, more comfortable. Invisalign.
Visit Dr. Blake's General Dentistry and Orthodontics located on South Independence Square Street for your free Invisalign consultation. Call 466-7622 for your appointments.
Trustworthy. Secure. Reliable and responsive. These are just some of the words customers use to describe their experience with the Bank of Nevis Limited. And after 35 years of delivering excellent customer service and honoring our corporate social responsibilities in the island of Nevis, we are finally in St. Kitts. Come and experience why we're not just another option. We are the standard. Bond strong.
Are you looking for today's best architectural designs, appraisals, estimates, or even project management? Then look no further than Trevor Freights and Associates. Our designs are amazing. You'll be so satisfied with your work, you will tell others all about us. Visit trevorfreights.com today. Located at New Road on St. Kitts, with over 20 years in the industry, we strive to provide the utmost superior quality of service to all our valued customers. Call our expert staff at 465-8184 or 662-5184 and see what we can do for you. That's Trevor, FRAITES.com. You decide, we design.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Callum Berridge. Commuters traveling between St. Kitts and Nevis are not required to show proof of vaccination, but must comply with all health and safety protocols designed to limit the spread of COVID-19. Chairman of the National COVID-19 Task Force, Abdias Samuel, addressed the matter on Friday, noting that it was the subject of much discussion. As such, he communicated with the Chief Executive Officer of the St. Christopher Air and Seaport Authority, as well as the chairman of the board.
They have indicated that no citizens, residents, visitors traveling between the island will be required to have a vaccine in order to travel between both islands. So there may have been a misinterpretation of what was being said. However, please note that the non-pharmaceutical measures will be enforced at the ferry terminal.
The non-pharmaceutical measures include the wearing of face masks in public spaces, frequently sanitizing hands, and maintaining physical distancing, which have been largely successful in containing the local transmission of COVID-19. The ferries between St. Kitts and Nevis are currently operating at 50% passenger capacity, as health officials tackle a cluster of cases that has resulted in active cases of COVID-19. The St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services is investigating a shop fire in St. Paul's. According to Acting Fire Chief Garfield Hodge, the Sandy Point and Tabernacle Fire units responded to a fire at approximately 4:40 p.m. in St. Paul's on Monday. He told ZIZ News the structure was a community shop owned by Bevis Hutchinson. The shop had been a supporter of community activities for over 30 years.
It is a mini supermarket. Upon arrival, the units met the said supermarket completely engulfed in flames. Both units went into action quickly and would have extinguished the flames in quick time. Fortunately, no injuries were sustained. Unfortunately, though, the entire supermarket was gutted out and the contents were completely destroyed as a result of the fire.
Hodge said there is also a nearby residential structure that received heat, smoke, and water damage. He used the opportunity to encourage the public to follow fire prevention tips as much as possible to avoid fires.
Adhere to all our fire prevention and fire safety tips and be cognizant that fire is in fact a very good slave but a very dangerous master. And we have to do all that we can to keep fire suppressed as a very good slave and of course prevent it as much as possible from being a terrible master.
Acting Fire Chief Hodge noted that it is too early to determine the cause of the fire. The ongoing investigation is a joint effort between the Fire Investigations Unit and the police force. June is Child Month, and this year it is being celebrated under the theme Wash Hands and Wear Masks On. Everyone, Keep Your Distance, Child Month 2021. On Monday, Minister of Education Honorable Jonell Powell delivered an address to highlight some of the recent achievements of the early childhood unit.
The early childhood sector took a leading role in the successful formulation and execution of procedures to reopen public and private facilities in September 2020. The Early Childhood Development Unit spearheaded a project to educate all public supervisors, private proprietors, and all early childhood workers of the COVID-19 health and safety protocols and related regulations for service within the sector. On Nevis, 18 caregivers of home-based nurseries were empowered with skills for the effective delivery of a quality early learning curriculum. New and current public preschool teachers on Nevis were involved in a series of activities aimed at improving their pedagogical practice while building healthy psychosocial and mental skills.
As the month will be celebrated under COVID-19 conditions, the month will feature virtual and physically distanced activities.
The consideration for safety of all stakeholders involved in Child Month 2021 served as the basis for selecting and structuring many of the activities, traditional and modified. Some of these include a virtual concert, fun days at the center level, weekly appearances of selected early childhood centers on ZIZ's Totally for Kids, health walks within zones, a Sensicade, a motorcade to sensitize the public of the need to adhere to the COVID-19 health and safety protocol.
Across the Federation, 64 nursery caregivers in both home-based and center-based facilities received training that focused on the development of knowledge and skills in health, hygiene, and safety concerns. Minister Powell thanked both local and international partners for their sponsorship of Child Month events and UNICEF, which collaborated with the Ministry of Education to help achieve a number of goals set out by the Early Childhood Unit. He also thanked and commended the persons working in the sector for their continued dedication to service and community development. With the official start of the 2021 hurricane season, the National Emergency Management Agency has already begun preparing hurricane shelters to fall in line with COVID-19 protocols. In an interview with ZIZ on Tuesday, Chairman of NEMA's Housing and Shelter Subcommittee, Valentine Lindsay, said NEMA has been visiting the sites and conducting assessments, especially for required space.
We would have for the past 2 months visited all the shelters, and we would have basically looked at whether or not they are ready in terms of spacing and accommodation, and the facilities are working. Now, PAHO would have recommended that we have 36 square feet per person. Here in St. Kitts, we have even gone a step further than what PAHO has recommended. Our square feet is 40 square feet per person, so we have adequate space that would be needed in this COVID environment.
He said there are now stricter limitations on the number of persons per shelter. It is important that persons contact their district manager first if they need to use a shelter.
We have at least 41 shelters in St. Kitts. And although you may have a shelter in a particular area, each shelter has a number of persons that can be there. So it is not a free-for-all because there is a shelter in St. Peter's. Everybody who blows off could run into the shelter. Like the St. Peter's shelter just can accommodate, I think it's 28 persons.
Mr. Lindsay says NEMA has also been upgrading shelters to fall in line with basic sanitation needs.
Those shelters that do not have bathrooms, like shelters in the past, we would have made presentations to Public Works. I think the one in Halfway Tree do not have a shower facility. You just have the bathroom. So we have reached out to them to look at adding the shower onto that facility. But basically, in terms of all the sanitations and the shelters, we are ready. Let me say that we are prepared.
According to Senior Met Officer Elmo Burke, the 2021 hurricane season is expected to see 17 storms, 8 of which will develop into a hurricane, and 4 that could develop into major hurricanes. After the break, 3 honored on Nevis for National Centenarians Day 2021, and Kitisha National awarded CIO of the Year. Stay with us.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA Value Club Blue Tag specials for May 28th through June 2nd. IGA peanut butter, creamy or crunchy, $7.99. Essential everyday lasagnas, $4.49. Essential everyday pasta sauces, $6.99. General Mills cereals, $15.99 each. IGA salad dressings, $5.99 each. Almond breeze milk, $12.99. And now our very low weekly value deals. Planters dry roasted peanuts or lightly salted, $11.99. Cream of wheat, large, $11.99. Almond Hammer detergent, just $13.99. 20-ounce Gatorade, $2.99. Yoplait yogurt, $3.39. IGA Honey Bears, $12.99 each. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Flow Broadband and TV is packed with even more value as you get a free Samsung tablet, free installation, and 50% off your bill for 3 months when you sign up now. Yes, a free Samsung tablet. Power all you do at home with up to 100 megabits per second super fast broadband. Plus, stay HD entertained with Flow TV. Stream, share, and do more on your new free tablet, which will also keep you connected on the go with ease. Sign up at a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
The St. Kitts and Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce would like to remind persons when patronizing businesses to abide by the following COVID-19 guidelines to protect employees, customers, and our community. Urge employers to check employees and customers with a non-contact head thermometer on arrival to a business place. It's mandatory that employees wear a face mask when at work and in the presence of others. No customers will be permitted to enter an establishment without a face mask. Encourage both employees and customers to wash their hands with soap and water or sanitize their hands with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer of at least 60% alcohol when entering a building, after interacting with customers, and throughout the day. Remember to maintain 6 feet physical and social distancing. Consider installing barriers such as sneeze guards or partitions in high traffic areas to limit close contact between employees and customers. Clean and disinfect highly touched surfaces such as doorknobs, telephones, cash registers, bathrooms, tables, and countertops regularly throughout the day. Offer e-commerce services or curbside pickup options wherever possible. Encourage good hygiene practices among staff and customers by posting signs and posters in the business place. For more information and tips to consider, visit www.covid19.gov.kn.
Welcome back. 3 centenarians on Nevis were honored on Monday, May 31st, 2021, as the Federation celebrated National Centenarians Day. Honorable Eric Evelyn, Minister of Social Development in the Nevis Island Administration, led a delegation from the Ministry and the Department of Social Services Senior Citizens Division to present tokens of appreciation. The centenarians are 100-year-old Nathan Neville Sutton of Rollins, 104-year-old Mary Brown of River Path in Gingerland, and 101-year-old Liza Jeffers of Hamilton. In brief remarks, Minister Evelyn praised the centenarians and called for God's continued blessings on them. He also thanked their caregivers for taking care of them. The minister, who is also a member of the federal government, presented the 3 centenarians with a Medal of Honor on behalf of His Excellency Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, GCMG, CVO QCJP, LLD, Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, inscribed with the words St. Christopher and Nevis National Centenarians Day, May 31st, 2021, honorary. Katisha National and Chief Information Officer at the professional service firm Deloitte, Larry Quinlan, was recently presented an Orby Award for CIO of the Year. The CIO of the Year Orby Awards seek to recognize Chief Information Officers who have demonstrated excellence in technology leadership. In an interview with ZIZ News, Mr. Quinlan, who now lives in Miami, said he was happy he received the award, but noted that it was a team effort and they must also be recognized.
It was an honor. It was absolutely an honor and a privilege, but an understanding that that recognition also belongs to our overall team, not just to one person.
Quinlan said he and his team at Deloitte has worked on a number of major projects, including globalizing technology which exists in over 100 countries, serving 300,000 people. He attributed his success to the educational foundation he received while growing up in St. Kitts.
St. Kitts and Nevis provided me the foundation. I spent all of my formative years in the Federation. I grew up with my parents, went to secondary and high school, did A-levels. All of my teachers who helped prepare me for the roles that I've had since then, I really credit the strong foundation in St. Kitts for everything that I may have accomplished.
As for his future aspirations, the CIO said he is looking to retire from his CIO role and sit on corporate boards. He also expressed an interest in doing something in St. Kitts and Nevis, and he is examining what form that may take in the future. But in the meantime, Mr. Quinlan said he is looking towards retirement. Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Agriculture, Ron Dublin Collins, has commended the farmers and extension officers for the work being done at the FI's Outreach Center.
We're pleased to see that farmers are coming back to the area. And the program that we have in the area, they've embraced that program, and the department is providing as much assistance as possible to make things happen in terms of increased production. So we are well on our way to bringing this dream into a reality and fast pacing it as far as we can without compromising the project itself.
Extension Officer for District 3, Dion Weeks, outlined what the program is about.
We at FI's Outreach Center, the settlement area at FI's. We're here to look at the lands that we are working on now to cultivate, to set in yams, dasheen, edo, pineapples and peanuts, mainly gum crops, tubers and wood tubers and some pineapples. The main development is the recultivation of the lands and the planting of mostly potatoes and peanuts and wood crops. The issue was most of the farmers who were here had stopped farming because of problems they have with pigs and monkeys. So we did some shooting and some control of the pigs, and we kind of engaged the farmers and try to reignite that kind of energy within them. So most of the farmers are coming back now and trying to redevelop the area.
P.S. Collins said the work is not finished as yet, as the Department of Agriculture is looking at ways to resolve the water issues of the area. He also noted that the Department of Agriculture is expecting some new plant material to further advance the new development. And finally, on the local scene, customers have a more secure option to pay their flow bills electronically as the telecommunications company introduces Fast Pay. In a statement on Monday, the company said the new service complements the current online payment channels, providing an additional payment option that accepts credit cards and allows anyone, even persons residing outside the country, to pay bills. Charisma Patrick, Marketing and Communications Executive, told ZIZ News that the new system removes the need for persons to need a Flow ID to log on and pay, making it easier. Payees only need to log on, select their country, enter their account number and email address, and proceed to pay instead of needing a Flow ID to facilitate payment. Coming up in regional news, Workers' Union pushes for terminal benefits of ex-LIAT employees. Stay with us.
Yo! You look like the dude who was shopping at Furniture and Appliances. See, my friend, you look like you buy something from the Ashley Home Store. How you know? Because we get the cashback coupons and the free groceries for a year!
Cashback is back at Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture. Shop now and get a chance to win free groceries for 1 year.
We're moving now to news on the regional scene. The National Workers' Union of St. Lucia is pushing for terminal benefits for ex-LIAT employees. The cash-strapped air carrier LIAT owes hefty payments, severance and vacation pay to staff. More in this report.
And the union has made it abundantly clear to the authorities that LIAT 1974 employees in St. Lucia request and demand 100% of their terminal benefits.
A liquidated LIAT now struggles to lift off with terminal payments owed to former employees. However, the loyal staff alongside their union in St. Lucia, the National Workers' Union, remains relentless in advocating for what is rightfully owed to them.
Terminal benefits will include severance pay, vacation pay, and other emoluments that are owed to the employees. As most persons would know, the company is currently in administration. There has been a court-appointed administrator in the person of Mr. Cleveland Seaforth, and the whole question of settling these redundancy payments and other terminal benefits is something that is very pressing for us, and we want to ensure that some resolution, not just at the regional level, but even the local level, is arrived at.
The push for 100% terminal benefits by the employees, according to General Secretary of the National Workers' Union, Johan Haywood, comes after consultation with former LIAT employees, a regional consultative mechanism of trade unions, and the administrator for LIAT, Mr. Cleveland Seaforth.
We're hoping we submitted some correspondence to the administrator up to last week, and we're waiting to see what comes out of this particular administration. process to ensure that the LIAT 1974 employees in St. Lucia get what they are legally entitled to.
The financial plight of the air carrier has been well documented. However, the $29 million payout owed to its former employees remains the sticking point for the union in St. Lucia, despite other Caribbean islands taking alternative routes. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, in January 2021, made a special plea to all regional governments to pay severance to their nationals who were employed by LIAT. The National Workers' Union continues to monitor the situation that grounded the airline in 2020, landed its former employees in transit as they await their terminal benefits. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.
In Guyana, a giant tree collapsed on 3 houses, leaving families in need. Here's more from Travis Chase.
3 families are without homes after a massive tree crashed into their roof during the heavy downpour Sunday morning. The incident happened in Ling Avenue, Sideline Dam. There were no immediate reports of deaths or injuries.
Well, when the rain burst hard, the tree, it got cracked and then it fell.
Where were you at the time?
I was outside washing wheels.
You saw the entire thing coming down?
The whole thing.
And this uncle, what he did after?
Well, even just come off the roadside hollow for him, but he said he plunged out of the tree coming with him.
This man told reporters that he had just gotten home from the market when tragedy struck, forcing him to jump to safety. You were home at the time of this?
Just coming from the market.
What time this happened?
How far are they?
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I came from the market and I was about to ready to take off the jacket and when the time I hear a crack and I see the building start coming to me and jump to me.
Fire crews and EMT officials arrived on the scene within minutes of the tree toppling over. Mayor of Georgetown, Obraj Narain, told reporters that council will move immediately into action to assist the families.
The engineer has to give us these reports, and on those reports, the council will make decision to put policy in place how to deal with such matter. But at this point of time, this was not reported to us, so that is where I have to seek council intervention now for a way forward to see how we can assist these families.
The mayor said that now a huge cleanup effort has gotten underway. Cleanup crews will have to remove the tree and eventually the damaged houses. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Coming up, doctors hold protest against Indian yoga guru. We'll tell you more when we come back.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
It's time to scratch and match with Digicel. Collect scratch cards when you top up $20 or more at any Digicel reseller or store, or pay your phone or home and internet bill in full. Scratch and match. Get 2 or more of the same digital app and you win a prize. It's that simple. Win cash, credit, vouchers, lunches, spa dates, Digicel merchandise, and more. Plus, take the top half of your scratch cards to any of our retail stores to qualify for even more prizes in the big draw. Stay tuned to our social media pages to find out how to double or even triple your chances to scratch and match. Top up or pay your bill today. Get scratching, get matching. Digicel, better together.
Doctors in India have held a protest against a renowned yoga guru, Baba Ramdev, in the wake of his controversial remark blaming modern medicine for the death of hundreds of thousands of people in the country from COVID-19. He is promoting an alternative medicine which he falsely claims was approved by the World Health Organization. Al Jazeera's Elizabeth Puranam reports from New Delhi.
This is the man doctors in India are holding a national day of protest against. Yoga guru and businessman Baba Ramdev is promoting his herbal formula called Coronil to fight the coronavirus, while blaming modern medicine for India's high number of COVID-19 deaths. And that's prompted doctors to launch their protest.
In a country like India, where people tend to follow spiritual gurus, yoga gurus, and that too blindly, when people like that, they spread mistrust, misinformation, it becomes very difficult for us as, science-based people, as doctors, to wipe that misinformation out.
Doctors are taking part in what they're calling a black day by turning their social media profile pictures into a black background. This group of doctors has gathered here to call for government action against Ramdev. They say he's taking advantage of the pandemic and his large public following to persuade people to buy his unapproved and dubious products. Health Minister Harsh Vardhan attended the launch of Coronil that Ramdev claims prevents, treats and cures COVID-19. Vardhan is the chair of the executive board of the World Health Organization, or WHO. Ramdev has claimed Coronil was approved by the global body, but the WHO denies that. A senior journalist who had his car tires slashed while investigating Ramdev's business interests claims he's protected by the government.
His vested interest in businesses, which is really what he is behind the sham of being a yogi, have seen, and it's been documented to some extent, just completely concomitant with the rise of the government. So in some sense, he has a political sanction.
Ramdev's spokesperson didn't respond to Al Jazeera's request for an interview, but the guru counts millions of Indians as followers, including Anil Sabharwal, who sells his range of products called Patanjali.
I don't sell Patanjali products just for business. This is a matter of faith. Guru Ramdev shows us the way. I had some ailments, but the moment I started hearing his sermons, the healing process had already begun.
Many people in India have a deep trust in gurus and alternative medicine. But many doctors say Ramdev's claims can't be substantiated and he must be held to account for his statements, especially during a pandemic. Elizabeth Puranam, Al Jazeera, New Delhi.
A simple check-in turned life-changing when two co-workers realized that they were donor matches for each other's husbands. More in this report.
These two co-workers, Susan Ellis and Tia Wimbush, donated their kidneys to each other's husbands. In the bathroom at work one day, Susan learned her blood type was compatible with Tia's husband, Rodney. And Tia's blood type was a near-perfect match for Susan's husband, Lance.
All it takes is just a conversation, a kind word, checking in on someone to see how they're doing, and you don't know how far that can go for that one person.
Step off of social media, step away from your phone, and just connect as humans.
They had no idea donating their kidneys could save each other's husband's life.
The exchange of prayers and kindness and just adopting a new family as a part of ours, it's wonderful.
The depth of her giving just overwhelms me.
The wives recently returned to applause at their workplace, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, after recovering. The successful kidney exchange is remarkable given the difficulty for so many just to find a single living donor who is the right match.
I'm blessed. Nothing much else I can say.
The blessing of life, sometimes coming from the places you might least expect.
Up next in sports, St. Kitts Nevis senior men's football team ready for World Cup qualifier against Guyana, and first national team arrives for Tokyo Olympics. Stay with us.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
I took the vaccine because I want the in-person audience experience at Sugar Mass 50.
I took the vaccine because I want to be performing with all my peoples on Ultra Truck this year for Carnival.
I get vaccinated because I want to be on the road for Sugar Mass 50.
The reason I chose to be vaccinated because I'm a profession as an entertainer, for us to have a safer Boyton Carnival.
I am DJ Flames and I got vaccinated because I want Sugar Mass 50 to be greater than ever.
I took the vaccine because I miss entertaining thousands of people and I miss hosting my own events. See you at Sugar Mass 50. Boom.
Get vaccinated quickly to turn up Sugar Mass 50.
First up in sports, the St. Kitts and Nevis senior men's national team are ready for Friday's World Cup qualifier against Guyana, which will be played at the Warner Park in Bastia. Andre Huey, media consultant to the SKNFA, has the details.
St. Kitts and Nevis will be hosting the World Cup qualifier match against Guyana at the Warner Park Football Stadium this Friday at 4 p.m. All the necessary preparations have and are still being made to accommodate hosting this match, which will see the strictest application of COVID-19 measures prior to, during, and after the match. Both the St. Kitts and Nevis senior men's national team and the Guyana national team are in a secure bubble at their hotels and during designated times for training leading up to match day. Preparations for the Sugar Boys have gone well so far, according to coach of the senior men's national team, Leo Nieva.
Coming very, very well, you know. I'm very satisfied with our players, with the commitment, especially this week, this time. It's very good chance for us to increase ourselves, you know. They coming, I think so, you know. We are capable to win at the home against Guyana with very good performance. I think so. I believe so. I believe so far.
Coach Neva was very positive about his players, especially the local-based ones who compete in the SKNFA Premier League.
We keep the balance between the local players and the overseas-based players. We keep the same way like before, the last final squad. Yesterday, we called the final squad, and it's not so easy, you know, because some of them they are not being active, you know. But we try call the players with more games, you know, more match fitness like that. So that's why we keep the balance between the local and the overseas players, and also we keep the same way like before. We maintain the rotation for the under 23 players. You know, we keep some quotas, like 3 quotas for the under 23 players, 3. So I think it's good.
Coach Neva is confident that St. Kitts and Nevis will get a positive result from Friday's match, which would all but assure the Sugar Boys would progress to the next round of the World Cup qualifiers.
The national team or the team that's going to play overseas or at the home with the draw advantage is very dangerous. You know, it's very dangerous. That's why just keep your focus, keeps the winning mentality, you know, and just like that, moving forward to win the 2 games. I believe so. We believe about that, no?
The squad for Friday's match are goalkeepers Julani Liebert, Zarkis Smith, and Clifford Samuel. Centre-backs Raheem Francis, Thrizen Leader, Petrus Williams, and Lois Maynard. Full-backs Ordell Fleming, Gerard Williams, Malik Roberts, and Xavier French. And defensive midfielders Johannes Mitchum, Theo Wharton, Raheem Somersall, and Andre Burley. Offensive midfielders Omari Sterling James, Vince Roy Nelson, Harry Panayutu, Tikwani Williams, Romain Sawyers, Kalanji Clark. And forwards Keith Roy Freeman, Rowan Liebert, and Tahir Hanley. Fans will not be allowed in the stadium, but the SKNFA will be broadcasting the match live on its Facebook page beginning at 4 p.m.
Australia's softball squad becomes the first national team to come to Japan for training since the Tokyo Olympics were postponed. More in this report.
first National Olympics team to arrive in Japan since the games were postponed touched down on Tuesday. Australia's softball squad waved to the media before making their way to a nearly 2-month training camp in central Japan. Everyone on their team and their coaching staff has been vaccinated, and officials say they'll be required to take a COVID-19 test every day of their stay. Before they left home, Australia's Olympic team leader, Ian Chesterman, said the squad was comfortable with Japan's protocols to protect them and locals.
And I think that these athletes as well know that they have to take great responsibility for their own behaviour as well. They're committed to do that. They're committed to not only look after themselves but do the right thing by the Japanese population as well and be ready for the Games.
Meanwhile, Japan is battling a fourth wave of infections, with 10 regions, including Tokyo, under a state of emergency until near the end of this month. The country's vaccination rollout has also been slow, with only about 3% of the population fully vaccinated. Japan's Olympic teams will receive their jabs this week, while a top government spokesman said vaccinations at workplaces and universities will roll out near the end of this month. In a recent poll published by local media, a majority of Japanese people surveyed were against holding the games as planned. As for Australia's softball team, they're scheduled to play their opening game on July 21st against the host country, Japan.
And that's it for sports. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris, wants to alert the public about fake Facebook and social media accounts that are circulating. These sites may look genuine, but they're not. These fake sites may use the Prime Minister's photo and name, but their only intention is to spread misinformation through false and scandalous information. Some of these pages are scams and will attempt to dupe you out of money. Do not trust them. You can find the real Prime Minister Harris on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching for his official handle, which is @PMHarrisKN. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages that claim to be the Prime Minister's but do not have PMHarrisKN right after the / are fake accounts. These should be reported to the respective social media sites. You can also report fake social media accounts to presssec@gov.kn. That's PRESSEC@gov.kn. Facebook has verified Prime Minister Harris's official page by placing a white check mark inside a blue circle next to the Prime Minister's name, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris. This blue circle appears just above @PMHarrisKN. Also, be alert. If the person claiming to be either the Prime Minister or another government official asks you for money through instant messenger, direct message, or any other means, this is a scam and not a real charity. This public service announcement was produced in order to help you be an informed social media user. Protect yourself and help spread the message.
And we're wrapping up with a recap of the top stories. No vaccination required for ferry commuters. Investigation underway into fire in St. Paul's. And Child Month 2021 officially launched. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Calvin Verridge. Goodbye.